And greetings, friends around the world. I want to clear something up. I think slow, but eventually I come to conclusions, and I want to share a conclusion. There's a split amongst conservatives. I'm going to explain that split, and I'm going to give you my recommendation of how to deal with this split among conservatives. If you have a computer, you're probably aware that there are little tiny wires coming out of your computer, one going to your keyboard, for example. Can you imagine the possibility that a mouse might enter your house and chew on that wire and thus disable or impair your computer and thus your ability to communicate and to get news of what's going on in the world? Would you be against a mouse chewing the wires on your computer? I am. Now, did I invent the mousetrap? No. Do I sell mousetraps? Do I build mousetraps? No. Somebody else invented it. Somebody else sells it. Somebody else advertises it. Somebody else is spreading awareness of mousetraps. I have an agenda. I want to eliminate the possibility of a mouse destroying my computer and keeping me awake at night by chewing on a piece of wood, going scratch, 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 scratch in the wall while I'm trying to sleep. I have an agenda. I want to eliminate the mice. I didn't build this. I didn't invent it. I am part of a conspiracy. And I use the mousetrap because it is effective. It is very effective. It works. I am part of a conspiracy to eliminate mice. I am part of a conspiracy. You can't deny it. There's a split among conservatives. Some people, like David Horowitz, smart man, but he believes this is just happenstance, that this was not part of an agenda. This was not carried out. This just happened. It's randomness. Nobody planned to catch that mouse. Nobody set the trap. That's what David Horowitz is suggesting to you. Now, normally I would admire and respect David Horowitz. Normally I would admire and respect William Buckley. A few years ago was well known among conservatives. I was not involved in politics back then. But apparently Horowitz and Buckley are of the same mind. They believe everything is random and nothing is part of a plan, an orchestrated plan. I'm not omnipotent. I didn't know if I would catch the mouse or not. But I did. And that's how Obama got in the White House. He just did his part as a player in this conspiracy, the same as I did. I was successful. Obama was successful. Am I omnipotent? Can I determine events in the future? Did I know that I would catch the mouse? Did Obama know he would be elected president? Did anybody know? It is a conspiracy. And some are, in my view, complacent, and some go to the opposite extreme and get hysterical, such as the way I'm acting right now. I'm hysterical. I'm acting like Joseph McCarthy. And if I was a member of the Senate back in 1954, the Democrats and Republicans would work together to silence me because I am an embarrassment. Why? Because I point out the obvious. The mousetrap works, and that's why it's used. If I can catch a mouse, I believe Obama can be elected to the presidency of the United States. Not because the communists are all-knowing and all-wise and pervasive and everywhere and unfailing, but that is a factor that they did work together just as I worked with other people to catch the mouse. And I don't see that I should be ashamed for catching a mouse or for believing in mousetraps. The communists have methods that work, and they've been successful. Now, will they be successful? Will they succeed in toppling the last country on their list? The United States is the last country. We are the ultimate prize. This is what Lenin dreamed of almost, well, exactly 100 years ago. Lenin, in case you don't know, was the original leader of the communists in Russia. And he took over, he hijacked a Russian revolution to simply overthrow the Tsar. And he used his position as the head of Russia to spread his successful method of overthrowing one country after another, knowing that the biggest prize, and this, unless I'm mistaken, he had his eyes on the United States back then. The USA was and is the target, the primary target. They are setting the mousetrap for us. Those who see it and believe it are crazy. They're kooks. They're hysterical. They should be silenced. They should be marginalized. They should be eased aside. Just as they, the complacent so-called conservatives, Republicans in name only, silenced Joseph McCarthy, who turned out to be exactly right. His only flaw was that he did not quite realize how right he was.